Welcome to another video. In today's video, we're in a super clean 2016 Range Rover with a 5.0 liter V8 that is supercharged. Now, right off the bat, the outward appearance of this vehicle is definitely super clean. I mean, just looking at the wheels and tires, you can definitely tell that the previous owner of this vehicle took very good care of this vehicle. Even if you look at the front of the vehicle, there's actually a clear protective bra up there. So basically what they did was they took a very thin clear, almost like a very strong plastic in a way, and protected the front bumper so there's no rock chips or anything up there that could harm the vehicle for, just everyday driving and whatnot. The vehicle does have about 40,000 miles on it, but everything inside of here and on the outside, like I said, it's just clean. More about the outside of the vehicle, like I said, from the wheels to the paint to the windshields, everything just looks really nice. It has a very nice tint on all the windshields going all the way around. And then just moving on to the interior of the vehicle, this is definitely where a lot of the features are inside of this thing. I'm sitting in these really nice seats. You can actually change the bolstering here if you use the right side. Can go in, it could also go away, just deflate it right there. It uses an air compressor to do that. And just looking around everywhere, everything you touch is just really high quality. Everything in this vehicle matches the outside, like you saw before. You have that very nice paint color on the outside that really has this really nice metallic, nice really grainy color on the outside. And you get on the inside, you have this really nice black leather finish, this really nice polished leather. And it's almost hard to believe that this thing is even driven because it looks brand new. Like I said, 2016 year model, one owner, and everything is just really clean. Right here, obviously have the steering wheel. This time in the driver's seat, and I have a nice screen behind the steering wheel. It gives me all my information, cruise control, how many miles so empty. It tells me the radio station, obviously my RPMs, miles per gallon and whatnot, how the speed limit. You also have the steering wheel, like I said. This has all the buttons to control all that cruise control. You also have the paddle shifters here, and obviously with this being a supercharged vehicle, it definitely has a lot of power. And to give you an idea what supercharged means, basically there's a blower on the car, and what that does is when the car is sucking in air, the blower basically shoots the air into the car faster. Just to give you an idea, overall idea. I could go more in depth into that, but that's just basically what sums up what's happening. And this is a 5.0 liter V8, so it's already going to make enough power even without the supercharger. But with the supercharger, you're making a whopping 510 horsepower, and that is definitely a ton of power to move a vehicle this size. I mean, this thing would definitely get up to 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds easily. I can tell you that just by guessing about that number right now. But like I said, definitely a nice vehicle. Like I said, steering wheel, you have the paddle shifters, so like I said, with all that power, you'll be able to manage it if you want, have a little fun shifting the vehicle manually. If you'd like, you can go ahead and shift into the sport mode. With that right here, you actually have the ability to do that via a little selector here. It's all electronic. There's no shift lever or anything like that. You just twist the dial. You can go to park, reverse, drive, and sport mode, and that's obviously where you would drive the vehicle with the paddle shifters, like I already mentioned. You also have the ability, with this being a Range Rover, it is actually made by Land Rover, and they are really well known for going off-roading and whatnot. So you have all the off-road mode options right here, sand, wet, desert, all types of rock climbing modes and stuff like that are just built in. And it's just really crazy how a vehicle like this also has the ability to do stuff like that, and it also has so much luxury on the inside. And then just moving right on up from that, you have a very nice display right here. You have your navigation, your phone, all that stuff. Your climate control settings is all right here. You also have the ability, like I said, since it's a off-road vehicle as well, it also has not only a backup camera, but you also have cameras that are around the vehicle, so you have a 360-degree view of what's going on around you at all times. And that's really helpful, especially with a vehicle this size, and like I said, with off-roading or whatnot, doing rock climbing and stuff like that. You have heated seats, every single bell and whistle that you can think of. And also, one of the coolest things that is actually up front with me right now in the center console is a refrigerator that is down here, and I just think that is crazy that you can also have a cooled beverage down here, nice and cold in there. You also have your USB ports and your cigarette lighter down there, and your auxiliary ports down there, which is just really nice. And a ton of features, like I've already said, is just in this vehicle. You also have a very nice sunroof that's letting in a ton of light right above me. You can slide it back. You can also have the shade on, so you don't want all the light coming in for some reason. You can go ahead and shade that down. Really just it's just really a lovely thing to have right there, is really just having all that sunlight, like I already said, just being able to come in. And then moving towards the rear seat of the vehicle, this is also a very luxurious place for, you know, whoever may be back there, whether it be kids, whether it be adults, or whoever. Definitely would be a nice place to have a road trip. They have TV screens in the headrest of the seats. You have the ability to, you know, hook up a gaming console or anything like that. Obviously watch DVDs and whatnot that back there, so that's definitely a very nice feature. You also have headsets that are back there. That way, you know, if you're in the front seat, you don't always have to hear what the kids or whoever may be back there is listening to. You know, they have their own headsets that they can have on. Like I said, just a really, every bell and whistle that you can think of is on this vehicle, and it's loaded out and it's very well taken care of. Also, moving further back in the vehicle, you have a very nice spacious trunk. These seats are also able to fold down and whatnot. Also, moving further back towards the rear of the vehicle, you do have a very nice trunk. Now, this gives you the ability to, you know, store a ton of groceries or whatever you may be doing. You know, whether you be going on a road trip, like I've already said. You know, this vehicle would definitely be perfect for something like that. But the liftgate is also power. You can just hit it with the power with a button on the key, and you know, it pops right open and you can just hit it and it'll close right back for you. Really nice and easy. That way you don't have to fumble around and whatnot. You can just do that really easy. Like I said, this car definitely does have everything that you can imagine with it. If you'd like to find out more about this car, definitely head on down to Capitol Ford in Charlotte, North Carolina. Great guys, great people. They'll help out a deal with this amazing vehicle, because like I said, it's definitely really well taken care of. Definitely don't want to miss out on something like this.